Hello friends, let us start with the chapter 6 lines and angles of NCERT class 9th. So before dealing with the exercise, let us study about the basic terms and definitions. So we'll be studying the introduction part today. So we should know what is a point. What do you understand by a point? Any point in 3D or 2D given by a specific letter, let us say A, X or anything etc. is considered to be a point. A point can be in anywhere. It can be in 3D or it can be in 2D. In 3D we will be having 3 axes X, Y and Z. In 2D only 2 axes are there, X and Y. Then a line segment. If we join 2 points, then it forms a line segment. If we join 2 points, then it forms a line segment like this, and it is denoted as like this, 2 arrows. It is denoted with the help of 2 arrows. Then a ray. Ray can be drawn with the help of only 1 point. With the help of 1 point, a ray can be drawn. And it is denoted as only 1 arrow. It is denoted as only 1 arrow. Okay. Then the collinear and non-collinear points. Then the collinear and non-collinear points. If points, 2 or more than points lie on the same line and it forms a straight line, then they are said to be as collinear points. Suppose these are my points, and if I join them, then I will be getting a straight line. Then these points are said to be collinear points. Points after joining, if we are getting a straight line, then they are said to be collinear points. Non-collinear points. If suppose my points are 1 point is here, 1 point is here, 1 point is here somewhere, here, and if I join it, I will be not getting a straight line, rather some zigzag pattern I have got over here. Then this forms my non-collinear points. Then the points obtained on this zigzag pattern are said to be non-collinear points. Now the point to be noted is that between A and C there are 2 points or multiple points. So those points are collinear, but A, C, let us mark it E, F or something P. So A, C, E, F, P, B. These points form collinear points. The points which on joining are forming a straight line forms a collinear points, and which do not form a straight line, rather form a zigzag pattern or something else pattern we get, then they are said to be as non-collinear points. Okay. Now the next term comes angles, or the topic you can say comes angle, and this is important for the exercise point of view. In the exercise we are having the questions based on this topic only. So angles, before studying the angles we should know what is arms, what are arms, and vertex. What is arm and vertex? So if I join 2 rays, and they meet at a point, then they form an angle. To form an angle, 2 rays are required, and the sides with which the angle is being formed are termed as arms. Suppose this is point O, this is point P, this is point Q. So OP and OQ are two arms. 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 And the point of intersection of two rays with which the angle is formed is said to be as vertex. So O is here termed as vertex. Okay. So now we will move towards the types of angles. First is the right angle. Second is the acute angle. Third is the obtuse angle. Fourth, then adjacent angles. Then fifth, vertically opposite angles. And sixth, complementary angles. And seventh, supplementary angles. Okay, so these are some basic types of angles which are very basic and each student should know because they will be helpful in the later classes also while solving the exercises, and also will be helpful for the next class 10th and later studies also. So these angles everybody should know. So the right angle, if the two arms, if suppose two arms are there and they form an angle 90 degree, suppose O, X and Y. Suppose I am having two arms and they form an angle 90 degree, and the angle formed with the vertex O is 90 degree. Let us say this angle to be alpha is 90 degree. Then such type of angle are known as right angle. Okay. Then acute angle. If my alpha is less than 90 degree. So the two arms which they are making an angle, and if they are making an angle less than 90 degrees, suppose 60 degrees, 90 degrees is over here somewhere, O, P, S. So my two arms are OS and OP, and the angle formed is less than 90 degree, then it forms an acute angle. Then comes the obtuse angle. In the obtuse angle, my angle is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degrees. If the angle is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees, then it forms the obtuse angle. suppose my arms are like this. Suppose my vertex is over here and P, Q over here. So my 180 is this, but my angle formed, suppose 135 angle is formed here. Then such type of angle are known as obtuse angle. Okay, such type of angle are known as obtuse angle. One more category is there, straight angle. Straight angle. Straight angle. If the angle formed with the help of two rays at the vertex O is equal to 180 degrees, then it is known as straight angle. Then it is known as straight angle. Okay, then it is known as straight angle. Straight angle, when the angle is equal to 180 degrees, then it is known as straight angles. Now we come to the adjacent angles. What are adjacent angles? For the adjacent angles, there are basically two conditions. Let us say this is A, vertex A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. So there are two conditions. Two angles are said to be adjacent. Let us say to be alpha, and let us say this angle to be beta. For the two angles to be equal to adjacent angles, they should have a common vertex and a common arm. So here for the angle BAC, which is equal to alpha, it is having the vertex A, and also the angle DAC, which is equal to beta, as I have shown over here as a reference for the example, taking an example. So here also it is having common vertex A. So for such type of angles, it should have common vertex A, and also they share a common arm over here, AC. So such type of angles are known as adjacent angles. So the condition is that they should have alpha and beta should have common arm and vertex. Common arm and vertex. Okay. Then vertically opposite angles. If two line segments or two rays intersect each other, then the angles formed are vertically opposite angles and they are equal. The angle formed are vertically opposite angles, and always the vertically opposite angles are equal. So I can directly write alpha is equal to beta. So I can directly write over here alpha is equal to beta. Okay. Then comes the complementary angle. If the sum of, let us say the angles are alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, it can be any number of angles. If the sum of all the angles is equal to 90 degrees, then they are termed as complementary angle. And if the sum of all the angles alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3 is, let us say it is we are having alpha n, some value n. If there are five total angles, then n value becomes 5. So if they are n is 6, then we are having 6 angles to be added. And if the sum is equal to 180 degrees, there can be 2 angles or there can be more than 2 angles also. So if the sum is equal to 180 degrees, then they form the supplementary angles, and if the sum of all the angles, there can be 2 angles or there can be more than 2 angles, it is 90 degrees, then they form the complementary angles. And the straight angle, I have already told you, it is 180. So this is the important part for solving the exercise questions of 6.1. So in the next video we will be solving the exercise 6.1. Also we will be studying the axioms and the theorems related to this chapter, and later on we will be solving the more exercises and more questions which are important for the exam point of view. Okay, if you are having any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you.